10 months old now, so I know this video is long overdue, but I wanted to wait until he was a little bit older so I could share with you guys items that we actually use and still use to this day. So I'm going to break it up into a few different categories, starting in the area of sleep. My first baby must-have is a sleep sack or swaddle. I chose not to swaddle with any blanket that I would have to do myself. Then I got a zip-up sleep sack, and that worked really well for us. I didn't want to have to worry about swaddling a baby with a blanket in the middle of the night when you're sleep deprived. So the zip-up ones worked well for us. Jaden's favorite one was the Dream to Love baby sleep sack. He loved this one because his arms were in an upright position. Different babies have different preferences when it comes to sleep sacks, so I would suggest having a few different options available when your baby first comes home from the hospital, so you can try them and figure out which one your baby works best with. Now that he's a little bit older, he's transitioned to the Halo swaddle, and this one is arms free, so that way it is safe for him. We transitioned him to this one once he started rolling over and moving around his crib, and he still uses this one. It's basically like a blanket and makes them feel more comfortable when they're sleeping in the crib or in their bassinet by themselves. My second sleep must-have is a sound machine. We use the Hatch sound machine, and I love this sound machine because there's an app that connects to your phone, so you can adjust the volume and the light settings from your phone in any room of your house, and it connects to the Wi-Fi. It's really easy to use. It also has a timer, so we have it set on a timer so it goes off every night at 6 p.m. and now that's Jaden's cue that it's time to start getting ready for bed. So any sound machine will do, but this one worked really well for us. Although the Hatch sound machine does have a nightlight feature, I decided to get a separate nightlight, and I'm glad we did because the one we got is the Joy Well nightlight, and you can remove it from the base station. So I would keep it by my bedside when Jaden was firstborn, and I would use it in the middle of the night to feed him so I could see it and help him get latched. If I needed to change his diaper, I would take the nightlight with me to the diaper changing station. So I liked that it was more portable and movable, and now we have it in Jaden's room. We turn it on when we're reading him a bedtime story or a book before bed, and then we turn it off when it's time to put him in his crib. Another must-have for sleep is the Owlet Smart Sock. I was very hesitant on whether or not I should get this when I was pregnant with Jaden just because it was very pricey. But looking back, I am so glad that I got this because it has helped not only with his sleep, but for me to be able to have peace of mind and to sleep, especially in the earlier days when I was so worried about if he was breathing at night. The Owlet Smart Sock gave me peace of mind because I could look on the app and I could see his oxygen and his heart rate levels. If his oxygen or heart rate would get too low, then the Owlet Smart Sock would alarm me on my phone and on the base station. This worked really well with giving me peace of mind to get more sleep and being able to track Jaden and make sure that he was sleeping safe and sound. We still use this on him and will probably continue to use it up until about 1 year old. Along with that, we got the Owlet baby monitor, and this one was just nice because I could have everything in one spot on the app on the phone. I could see his heart rate, his oxygen, as well as see him through the video camera. It is a little bit pricier again, so you don't have to get this brand of baby monitor, but this is just the one that we got, and that has worked really well for us. Lastly, in the area of sleep is pajamas. Pajamas are the only clothing item that I put on our registry because I knew that we were going to need a lot of pajamas. My suggestion is to get a few different sizes because your baby is going to grow so quickly and size up so fast. So a few pajamas that are zip-up ones, definitely don't get the button-up ones. Those are too much work, especially in the middle of the night with the newborn. So pajamas are something you are going to want to make sure you have enough of for your baby. They're like socks. I feel like you can never have enough. Sometimes they disappear, but they are essential for sleep. Moving on to bath must-have items, starting with our Fisher-Price bathtub. This one worked great during the newborn phase because it has a mesh insert that you can put your baby on where they're laying on top of. We would put the whole bath on top of our sink, and then as he got older, we moved the bath into our tub and we took out the mesh insert so he's able to sit up in the bath. He loves bath time, so this has been something that we have used every day, and it still works well. Now that he's older, he still fits in the tub. We'll probably transition him out of it once he turns about 1 year old. For soap, I use the Aquaphor wash and shampoo. This was the one that our pediatrician recommended since Jaden does have sensitive skin and it's worked really well for him. I also use the Hello Bello Bubble Bath. I love this brand because it's plant-based and the ingredients are very simple and safe for baby. For his bath, I also have this rubber duck. This was a few bucks at Target and it tells me if his water is too hot, this heart here will turn white if the water is too hot. So this was really useful when I wasn't sure what temperature the water should be when he was really little. I would put this in the bath right before he would go in to make sure the water wasn't too hot, and now we use it as a bath toy. As soon as he gets out of the bath, I also use this Barbie's face cream. I really like this brand because it is a natural brand and I use this especially on his cheeks. He's had really bad teething rashes, so whenever his skin starts to get dry or red from teething from the drool that's coming out right after he gets out of bath, I will put this cream on his cheeks. Next category is baby gear, starting with a baby carrier. My baby carrier comes with me everywhere I go. If I leave the house, no matter how long I'm going to be gone for, I always bring my baby carrier with me, even if I just go for a walk with Jaden. And he loves this thing. I've been putting him in it since he was a baby. This one is the Infantino baby carrier. I also have the Boppy baby carrier, which I liked a lot too, especially when he was a newborn because it keeps him very snug. But this one is a wraparound, so it is a little bit inconvenient if you're out and about to try and get the baby in and all wrapped up nice and tightly. I do like using this one when I'm home, but I use the Infantino baby carrier when I'm going out. Our diaper bag is another essential baby gear. There are so many different types of diaper bags out there, but I will link the one that worked best for us below. If you want a whole video on what I keep in the diaper bag, I can do that. Let me know in the comments below if that's something that you're interested in. My next essential is this high chair cover, and it also works for covering the carts. When you go shopping, you can put it in to put your baby in, or even if you're at the park and you're on the swings, you can put it in the swings, and it has little holes for the legs to go through. I love this thing. I am such a germaphobe. I do not want Jaden touching things that so many other babies or people have touched. So anytime we go out, this has been a staple for us, especially post-pandemic. I do not want any of those germs on my baby, so I use this all the time. Our Graco playpen is another staple for us. Anytime we are going to be gone for a long period of time, whether we're at the grandparents' house or a friend's house, or if we go away for the weekend or travel, we bring his playpen with us. This is how he takes naps when we're out of the house. This is how he sleeps if we stay somewhere overnight. I also used it when he was young. I would put him in it with some toys and some teethers if I needed to work from home or I get some things done around the house, so that way I knew he was in a safe and secure area. Moving on to essentials for feeding your baby. The first item I'm going to share is the Haka. I used this every day in the early days. When I was feeding Jaden, I would have the Haka on the other side and it would collect milk. It also helped me get a milk stash and a milk supply that I have still in my freezer. And I've even used this recently when I had a clogged milk duct. I filled it with hot water and a little bit of Epsom salt and attached it. It helps unclog my duct. I had one of these on my registry and I even ordered a backup just because I used it so much and I wanted to make sure if I ever misplaced it, I would have another one that I could go to. The Boppy pillow is something that I use every day and still use every day with Jaden when I'm breastfeeding him. It makes it so much more comfortable when I'm feeding him just to have him on the pillow. I remember in the hospital, I had a bunch of pillows around me trying to get comfortable and trying to find a good position with him. So if I do have another baby, I will definitely be bringing this to the hospital with me. It was a game changer when I was early on trying to learn how to breastfeed. And even if I give Jaden a bottle now, I will still use this just so we're both comfortable when I'm feeding him. You can also use it during playtime as they get older. I used it for tummy time and had him sit up in it. You will definitely get your use out of a Boppy. Another feeding essential is a pump. I chose to go with the LV pump. This was a little bit more pricey than I wanted to spend, but it was worth the investment because it is hands-free. So I've used this in so many different scenarios at work, around the house, while cleaning, while cooking, and I didn't have to worry about being plugged into a wall. They're also really good with the warranty. If I've had any issues, they're very quick to send a replacement overnight, and I am very glad that I did go ahead and spend the money and invest in the LV pump. I liked it better than the Medela. I tried that one as well, but for me, this one was just more comfortable and a better fit for my lifestyle. For feeding, I also have the Dr. Brown baby bottles, but I wouldn't invest in getting too many bottles before your baby is born because every baby has their preference. Before he was born, I got the Komotomo bottles as well as the Dr. Brown. I tried both, and Jaden's preference was with the Dr. Brown bottles, but again, every baby is different, so maybe just get 1 or 2 of each type of bottle so you can try them and have them ready for when your baby comes home. We also use the Dr. Brown bottle warmer. It fits different sizes of bottles, and it is quick and easy way to heat up his milk when it's time to feed him if my husband or anyone else is feeding Jaden. We also use the baby Brezza to clean his bottles. It's a steamer and sterilizer, and it works really well. It's way easier than trying to boil and sanitize all his parts, which I was very particular about, especially in the earlier days. Anything that was going to go in his mouth, I just wanted to make sure that it was thoroughly clean and sanitized. Jaden decided that he wanted to join me. So let's talk about our baby essentials in the area of health. So I will link everything that I'm talking about below, but the first thing is a baby thermometer. You do not want to have to go to the store at 2 a.m. because your baby feels warm and you don't have a thermometer. We have a thermometer that we have used so many times since Jaden was born. Definitely a must-have item. Yeah. The next thing is a nail file. I prefer a nail file over clippers. They are so much easier to use. You don't have to be afraid of going too far or hurting your baby's nails because the nail file that we have, it does not hurt your baby at all. We used it when he was little, when he was sleeping. We would just file his nails so easily. Now it's a little bit harder because he's just so fidgety, but it's still nice that we don't have to worry about it hurting him or cutting him or going too deep. Another health item is a toothbrush and baby safe toothpaste. As soon as his first tooth came through, we were recommended to start brushing his teeth. He actually loves brushing his teeth. For him, it's like a fun activity that we do at night right after he takes his bath. Another health item would be teethers. You can never have enough baby teethers. Jaden liked the wooden ones best, but he kind of fluctuates actually with his season. Sometimes he prefers the wooden ones, sometimes he prefers the silicone ones. So we have a few baby teethers on hand, and we kind of just rotate them depending on what he is into at the moment. But teethers are an essential. I would put them in the fridge, put them in the freezer even, just to make them cold enough so that they're numbing on his teeth and on his gums. The next one is an obvious one, which is diapers and wipes. We prefer the Pampers brand, but we just recently switched to the Up and Up Target brand just because you get the most bang for your buck. And we put diapers on our registry, and we were so blessed not to have to buy them for a while after Jada was born. We just recently started buying them, but you could try a few different brands and see which one works best for you and your baby. Okay, so I put Jaden down, and I wanted to mention another health essential, which is this saline nose spray. This spray has saved our lives when it comes to congestion and runny noses and getting sick, which has happened multiple times. We've actually gone through 2 of these already. This is our 3rd one that we've had. Jaden has also struggled with having ear infections, and our doctor told us to use this twice a day, every day, even when he's not sick, to help prevent the ear infection. So definitely talk to your doctor, but this was what our doctor recommended. We also have the Frida Baby Basics Kit, and this came in handy so many times because it has a snot sucker, a windy for if they're very gassy, it has a nail clipper, and a bath brush. So this kit was nice because it had everything together that we needed during those newborn stages. Lastly, I'm going to share my nursery essentials, the items that I use the most in the nursery, starting with his rocking chair. Now, there are a million different baby rocking chairs out there. I remember stressing so much about which one to choose, but there are 3 main factors when choosing a rocking chair, which is the style as far as like the color and what looks best in your room, the price, and then the comfortability. So all 3 are very important. There's a lot of options, so you just have to find the one that works best for you. For us, I will link the one that we have here. It was from Bye Bye Baby. It's a really pretty cream color, and we use this thing every day when we rock Jaden to sleep or we read him stories at night. And you definitely want one that's comfortable because you're going to be getting a lot of use out of it. The other nursery essential item is a hamper. My hamper is from Crate and Barrel. I was very particular about it because I wanted the nursery to have a specific look, but there are a lot of other more affordable options at Target and Walmart. Anywhere you look, really, there's a lot of baby hampers, but you will also be using that a lot because your baby goes through so many clothing items. I even have a little basket in our room as well, so as I find little pieces of Jaden's clothing around the house, I'll just pick it up and throw it in the hamper. The last item for the nursery that I'm going to share is a diaper trash can, and I would definitely suggest getting a trash can that is specifically for baby diapers, because trust me, you do not want that smell going into the room and into the rest of your house. We use the Diaper Genie, and that one has worked really well for us, and I know that it's working because every time I open it to take the trash out, I get a big ol' whiff of what those diapers would smell like if it was not in the Diaper Genie. So it is definitely something that you want to keep your house smelling clean and not smelling like dirty diapers. Okay, so that is all of my baby must-have essential items for 2022. I hope this video was helpful to you if you are looking for things to buy for your little one. Maybe you are in the pregnancy stage and you're trying to figure out what items you should put on your registry. Definitely choose items that are going to last over time, that your baby is going to need to use over and over again. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss my upcoming videos. I'll see you guys in my next video.